Hey, yo, what's going on right now? You're watching Casino is the Name, and in this video, we're going to talk about how people don't actually want to start their own business and how they really want to basically get a job and work for someone else. Yeah, I know I was confused by this too. I mean, I've done so many videos about entrepreneurship. Even though I do a wide range of videos on this channel, I talk about careers, education, but we definitely hit home a lot of the points about being an entrepreneur and for doing all of these things, and only to find out that most people who watch this channel aren't actually trying to start their own business and really don't really care to do so. And they find that maybe I provide more value in the space of teaching them how to actually land a job where they can make six figures or even more, you know, from a job stance instead of an entrepreneurial stance. Now, don't get me wrong. There are plenty of entrepreneurs or entrepreneurial minded people who watch this channel, but most who I thought maybe were entrepreneurial were really like just watching, trying to see if they could learn something else that, you know, might sway them away from being an employee. But most people aren't really interested in basically starting their own company. It's shocking, you know, it's surprising, you know, especially with all the content that I've created. And, you know, I've been talking about getting your accounting degree and how you can find a federal job and make six figures with your bachelor's degree in accounting. And, you know, I give like, you know, other career advice and, you know, best degrees to deal with and the worst degrees, you know, that you might want to stay away from. And so it's just a surprise, I guess you can say. Just a surprise to know how many people really, really just want to be an employee. They don't really want to start a business. And, you know, I started looking at the statistics, okay? Because one of my comments was saying, you know, I asked one of my subscribers, I said, hey, what do you think about this last video? And it was just like, you know, me breaking down, showing how to read USA Jobs and how to understand what you can do with your degree or, you know, or what degrees you should go to school for, just going over that kind of stuff. Just saying, hey, look, this job pays $115,000. This job starts out at $50,000, but it'll go to $130,000 or whatever. And so showing that kind of stuff, just, you know, thinking it's not a big deal. And they were saying, you know, this is really the information that most of us actually want. And, you know, I thought that was more so just like from their perspective, right? Of course, everybody feels like everybody's on the same wave that I'm on. But it's actually, as I dive further into the comments and, you know, throughout the entire scope of the channel, I discovered that they might have been onto something. They might have been onto something. So here I am talking about government contracts and how to start a trucking company and all of these things. But the most valuable information apparently is how to just get a job. Okay, so we're gonna look more into that. So I wanted to look in the statistics of all of this because, of course, I'm an accountant, so I'm a numbers-based person. So I'm gonna always go to the numbers. And so what I discovered was, let's see, it says. Okay, so I guess only 16% of the adult workforce are entrepreneurs. So 16% of the adult workforce are entrepreneurs, but it says, however, 55% of adults have started a business at some point in their lives. And 26% have started two businesses at some point in time in their lives. So over half of people are interested in or trying to start their, you know, or will start a business. So that's over half. 55% of people will start their own business. However, only 16%, it says there are 31 million entrepreneurs in the U.S., which is about 16% of the adult workforce. Now, this one says 1 in every 153,700 people own their own business. So 1 in 153,000. That is a lot. That is a huge gap. 1 in 153,000. So here I am. Think about this. I am doing videos talking about being an entrepreneur, and I'm trying to reach the masses. The masses don't actually want to start their own business, or they're not really super focused on that, right? The masses want to get a better job or a higher paying job. And it's surprising. And don't get me wrong, I get it. 55% of people will at some point attempt starting their own business. But the masses aren't probably going to be successful at it or stay with it. They're probably going to be more focused on their career as an employee. Okay. So now let's look at another number. So it says 96.2% of the people work for someone else. 96%, 96.2%, 96% of the people who I'm targeting work for somebody else. And I'm telling people about how to start their own business. So, what direction do you think I should take with this channel? Like, should we focus more on careers, resumes, understanding industries, education, or lack thereof? Or like, what should we be doing on this channel? I need you guys to let me know what we should do. I mean, of course, I'm not going to stop doing videos about entrepreneur-minded things. I'm not going to stop doing that, right? Because even as an employee, I think of myself whenever I was working for somebody or when I was working for the government, I still always thought that I was working for myself. Like, I'm looking out for my own best interests, and so I do a good job because it's in my best interest. My house is my company. You know, I'm running my company. I'm managing the portfolio for my personal self or my house or whatever. And so that's just still kind of how I saw things. But I do understand why people would want to be employees. Like, you don't have to go build this thing. And it says, let me see. Where's this other thing that I saw? Because it was saying that, trying to see where it is, because it was talking about the success. It says something like most businesses. Okay, here it is. It says individuals that own their own businesses are considered to be an elite class of citizen. Statistics show that almost all small businesses fail within the first 3 years. Almost all small businesses fail within the first 3 years. So I can see why most people become an employee or decide to stay an employee. It's probably an easier, simpler life. And, you know, they probably get the amount of money that they need to live. Or not everybody, because of course there's people who are working who probably shouldn't be working where they're working, or they need more money and they'll never like really get by doing that. And so I do understand why a lot of people are deciding to just stay an employee, because it is a risk. It's a bit of a risk, I guess you can say, to start your own company, depending on the company though, right? Like, it could be a risk just being an employee. Like, you know, it's all a risk, right? But I guess, you know, tolerance levels, understanding, education, this is a huge difference. 96.2% of people work for somebody else. They do not work for their business. They do not own, or even if they own a company, right? Like, let's say 55% of people try the business, or will try a business at some point in time in their life, but most of those people still are working for somebody else. They just started a company, but they're still working for somebody else to help that company along until they can make money from it. But I find it very interesting. It's still very, very interesting. It's crazy. I had no idea. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino is the Name. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And you guys tell me what we should do with this channel. Should we go in that direction, like helping people get bigger and better jobs and, you know, that kind of thing? Or should we put still more emphasis on the entrepreneur-minded videos? Anyway, right now you're watching Casino is the Name. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we out. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the Name.